We all come into this world with a purpose. To experience the gift of giving ourselves to those who call for it. And at SINDA, we recognize this need to serve. Join us as we appreciate the ordinary people who are doing extraordinary work within our community in order to make a lasting difference for the future of so many lives.
I was a SINDA volunteer since 2002. I volunteered because after my O-levels, my mom told me to spend my time in a fruitful way.
Nisha is one of our many volunteers who heard her calling to create an impact on children's lives through the Reading Center at the Fuchun CC. And like many of her peers, she's been driven by a desire to just reach out.
I just enjoyed reading to the children. Volunteering in SINDA has benefited me because it motivated me to become a teacher. And it has always been my passion to work with children. It gives me a better insight to their personal lives and how I can guide them further to mold them into better citizens.
Valli Shamugam has also taken her volunteer duties quite passionately. By doing things by the book, you could say.
I'm a Project Read volunteer with SINDA. I've been with them for the past 3 years. Meet Mummy Bear.
Meet Mommy Bear.
And Daddy Bear.
And Daddy Bear.
I visit my volunteer kids once a week, and it gives me a sense of fulfillment visiting them, because at the end of the day, when I read to them, I feel that I've actually contributed something to them. As a Project Read volunteer, I feel that the qualities that one have to have is to be patient. You're actually reading to kids. They may not be attentive to you 100%. So all the time you need to engage them, interest them. So you have to put learning into practice. For example, sometimes when I read to them about colors, so I tell them, okay, look, if you finish reading within the first half an hour, the other half an hour, I'm going to let you all do art and craft. So in a way that they get to learn, as well as they get to enrich themselves, putting the learning to practice by doing an art card.
The support of SINDA's reading volunteers has transformed many children's reading abilities as well as their social behaviors. But that's not all they do. They also make great reading companions.
I decided to be a reading volunteer at SINDA because I myself like reading, and I think it would be fun and meaningful to read to the children as well.
I've been a SINDA volunteer for around 4 months, and I like being a volunteer here because it's fun to interact with the kids and teach them how to read.
And I like it here because all the kids are very high-spirited and nice, and they take a great interest in reading.
At SINDA, we also believe in giving our youngsters a serious head start in their IT development, thanks to volunteers like Prakash.
I decided to become a SINDA volunteer in year 2002. SINDA staff will match me with a student, and I will go to the student's house and start off with the first lesson. The first thing, the IT volunteer should have a lot of patience to teach the younger kids. So sometimes the kids are very anxious and excited. And second thing, we need to have IT knowledge so that we can teach the good things and right things to the student. Okay, very good. Okay, that's good.
While Prakash guides his kids through the world of cyberspace, Naga Devi, on the other hand, is busy guiding her charge with a healthy and positive outlook on life.
I actually volunteer with Kaki Club, where I'm actually doing group mentorship with a group of 8 at-risk youths, and basically I am a buddy to them and a mentor, and I basically give them a listening ear to their problems. The focus is multi-dimensional because we are talking about different groups of youths, different personalities, different likes and dislikes, and they hail from different backgrounds. So trying to communicate with each and every one of them is not an easy task. Divya is actually one of my first few mentees. Though working with her was an enlightening experience, especially at a personal level when I was communicating with her over phone and paying house visits. Hello Divya, how are you?
Fine.
Waiting long?
No.
Okay. So it is definitely an enriching experience, but the task is not over yet. There's still more to be done.
Now, while volunteers like Naga have helped Indian children realize their potential, others have strengthened the bonds in the community by providing professional services to those in need. Services that deal with legal issues.
Sometime in 1993, the Law Society approached us and asked us whether we would like to volunteer our services to start off with these legal clinics. The concept was to provide free legal services to the community. Most of the cases here are difficult because they are not the normal type of cases where we see in our usual practice. They say the golden thread which runs through all these cases is poverty. Lawyers are not accessible to them, so that's why they come here. And it touches us. Basically, they want somebody to listen to them, and if they think that it's a lawyer who's listening to them, they feel that much better. There is this need in the society for professionals to come forward to help the community in whatever way they can. We are lawyers. We don't lose anything because if we don't help the community, then who else will?
And serving the greater good, no matter how small, is also something that is important to housewives Madam Jayamani and Mrs. Parvati, who've been SINDA volunteers for the past 7 and 3 years respectively.
I am in SINDA for last 3 years. I usually support the project work, any kind of project. I help them to put the folders, prepare the folders, bags, and sending letters.
In the packing of the bags, there will be new flyers coming. For each event, there are different kind of flyers arranged by SINDA. So we will go accordingly to what given to us. We will pack in a file, then we will pack in bags given to them. And I love to do more and more. When I see some other communities, the other races are helping us. Why not we help our own community? When we have time now. So I'm so dedicated.
I want our community to come up in their life, so I will do my part as a volunteer to help them. So whenever they call, even if it is shine or rain, we will come here. We don't bother about our own time.
And that's what makes our volunteers special. Because at SINDA, as a volunteer, you create a world of possibilities. Even a minute of your life makes a lifetime's difference in theirs.